Hello, friends, and welcome to a new idea that I've got. From time to time, people have asked me questions about who I am, what I like, things about me, and I never really have any good answers for that. I don't really like talking about myself so much. I'd rather talk about other things, so usually in a conversation like that, I'll redirect the attention into some other thing and not speak of myself. And I've gotten a couple questions recently, about people interested in finding out more about me, especially because of the channel here. So I thought maybe we'd do a series of these personality tests and see how they decide who I am. And the first one we're going to do today is the visual DNA test. The visual DNA Who Am I test. Basically, you identify with pictures and you pick the one that answers the question best for your situation. So I'm going to be completely honest through this, and I will probably discuss why I choose certain things. So, and that way, sometimes when there's two tough choices, like I can already see here on this first question, I'll explain to you why I picked the one that I did. So, the first question, which of these amazes you most? So, the first, pick one. And I have to pick one of these. So, technology is always amazing to me, and so is space. So, it's kind of a tough one, but I'm going to go with the technology one. How do you create fun in your life? I'm usually more spontaneous. I don't do a lot of planning and fun. I do too much planning and everything else. So planning fun to me is not fun. It's more work. So we're going to go spontaneous. How would you make the most of a morning off? I wouldn't be sleeping. Probably wouldn't be watching TV or reading. Certainly wouldn't be exercising. And it would probably be checking things off a to-do list. If you're meeting a friend at 6 o'clock, when are you more likely to arrive? 10 minutes late, on time, or 10 minutes early? I would actually probably be there a half hour early. I just like to be early. Which is more likely to be your desk? Yeah, I'm not organized. At least as far as my desk is concerned. So we're going to go with the cluttered one, because that's pretty much how it looks. How large is your vocabulary? A thin single book? No, I think not. A larger volume? Several large volumes. A huge stack? Yeah, probably a complete library. How vivid is your imagination? Well, I like to think my delusional imagination is pretty intact. So we're going to go with the severe imagination. How do you tend to act in social situations? This is a tough one for me because I'll either listen, tell stories, or crack jokes. But I'm going to go with crack jokes because that's more the style I usually do. I do like to recant stories, and sometimes I do just like to listen. But sometimes it's hard for me to listen, and people around me tend to want me to shut up. So I'm going to go with crack jokes. If life was a play, who would you be? I would definitely be the lead. How strongly do you feel emotions? So I'm guessing this one's open to interpretation. It'd be like a geyser, small glass of water, probably an ocean. See, I thought this when I first saw it was ice, but it looks like boiling water, so that would probably mean greatly. So I'm going to go with this one. What are we most likely to find in your mind? Well, most people would think technology or critical thinking or a blank slate. Most people would believe this one. But I'm going to go with music, because anybody that knows me and has checked out my music channel knows that I do greatly appreciate music, even though sometimes I'm not the best at it. What would it look like if you wrote a list of your faults? Yeah, we're going to go with this one because I've got a lot of faults. How would you lead? Not usually a leader like that. I'm not usually as efficient. I usually like to have informal sessions where everyone has a voice. So I'm going to go with this one. Which of these makes society work? So I'm thinking this one means teamwork, and that means helping, and that one means being led. I'm interpreting this one as competition, and I think competition makes society work, because if you don't have competition, you don't have anything to achieve or strive for, and if we're all helping each other, then eventually we're not going to know how to accomplish anything. How emotionally secure are you? I'm going to go with this fortified castle because I have no doubts about myself or my emotions. How do you feel when you're stressed? See, that's an odd question for me. Usually when I'm stressed, I shut down. I don't feel much of anything. So I'm going to go with this because to me that's a maze and figuring things out, getting in and out of it, and getting it done. So I'm going to interpret it as that. How do you react when someone insults you? I usually laugh. How do you like to celebrate a personal achievement? I'm going to go with this one because I'm assuming this means by yourself. How do you react to other people's success? That looks like sexual assault, so not going there. Don't think that. I'm going to go with this because I usually take the time to point out what they did, recognize it, and move on, but I don't celebrate them. So we'll go with that. Which is most like you at a party? Yeah, not me anymore. No. Not that silly. I'm going to go with this because usually I like to find one or two people to talk to and call it good. Who would you be most likely to think like? Who would be most likely to think like you? I'm going to go with the robot. In general, how do you think people treat others? I'm going to go with this one because I think most people would love to be like this, but even the people who profess to be like this are always looking out to make sure nothing happens to them. This would be ideal. This would be great. I'm not going with this one because I don't think everybody's actively out getting each other, but this one seems to be kind of, I will work with you, but I am going to keep my eye on you. Out of these, which should the government focus on first? This is a tough one. Defense, law, peace, or freedom. I want to say freedom, and I want to say defense, because being ex-military, it's defense is important and freedom is important. But I really think the government should focus first on law now, because the law it needs work, and it's something we can do something about. Can't do much about defense. You can only be so prepared for defending your country, and we have freedoms. And peace is always an ongoing goal for everybody, but there's a lot of laws that don't make sense, and a lot of laws that probably could be reviewed. So we're going to go with law. When would you clean up? Yeah, I think we know the answer to that one. They don't have one that says never. What is your style of organization? I don't write on my hand, and I don't have a messy chalkboard, but I do have a pretty good organizer, so we'll go with the organizer. How much planning do you do before you start work? Actually, I do an incredible amount of planning. Much to the chagrin of most of the people I work with, I actually like to have a lot of the answers before I even get started, because it's hard to formulate the end goal if you don't know what you're working towards, or you don't know how it all fits together. So I like to do my research, get stuff done, and know where I'm going and how I want to get there. So we're going to go with that one. What's the best way to learn? Not listening to somebody, not being shown, not reading directions. Just get yourself in there and do it. How much energy do you have after meeting new people? Is this a problem for some people? I mean, I'm going to go with this one just because that seems ridiculous, but because everything you do takes a bit of your energy away. But do people really just get exhausted after meeting a new person? I can't understand that. How comfortable do you feel if you spend a day on your own? I'm fine with that. When things go wrong, where does your mind take you? Pretty much here. This is the same thing I was explaining. The tougher things are, the more calm I get. So we're going to go here. What are you most likely to do after getting into an argument? Not sit there and fret about it. Not yelling about it. Not going shopping. Probably this one, not eating. I'm not going to go get a cat. And I'm probably not going to laugh. But I'm looking at these two. This one strikes me as being considering it, thinking about it, figuring it out. And this one is walking away. So I'm going to go with this one because I'm going to walk away. Which game would you rather play? I'd rather play chess. I don't like charades, and certainly don't like Twister. And solitaire I've played enough of, so. Right now, what matters most in your life? Well, since things aren't going real well for me lately, I'm going to go with money, because that is the most important thing to me right now. Money, or I'm guessing this is career, so one of these two. So, but money is the primary thing, because you can have money without a career, but you can't have a career without money. So, we're going to pick money, because that's the big issue. What do you enjoy doing most, and what do you most enjoy doing in your spare time? Cooking, painting. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with playing games, obviously. What will you treat yourself to next? See, I'm not really looking for that. I mean, I don't wear jewelry. I don't need any books. I don't care about food or furniture or television or any kind of, spa day. I already have a brand new car. Don't need a new phone. We'll get back to that one. I don't need a trip. I have no idea what this is. Like what it's trying to say. I'm not going to a concert, and I'm not buying a watch, and I'm not buying a new computer, nor am I buying new clothes. So I'm going to go with a washing machine, mostly because it's a necessity. Mine's pretty old, so it needs replaced. How do you most like to be entertained? Well, obviously, games. What would spark a conversation with you? So we got computers, which seems to be the obvious choice, and music, games, which seem to be the obvious choice, but to be honest, I'm going with cars. I am male. I am in this group. I am living together. I have 1/16. Current level education, higher than those. Are you currently employed professionally? What would describe your line of work? We're going to go with technology. I think that's the best match. Yes. Which of these products do you associate with Canon? Printing, cameras, medical equipment, home printer, scanner. Which of these would you consider helpful in your industry? Scanner, printers. These are just kind of, throwaway advertising questions, I guess. Which of the following brands do you consider to empower creativity across industries? A year ago, I would have gone with Sony, but I'm going to leave them off because I don't think they offer anything creative anymore. Xerox does, and Canon does, and we're going to go with those two. The following questions are about the relationship between your personality and your lifestyle. Are you happy to answer them? Sure, I'm happy to. How do you listen to music? Pick as many as you like. Usually headphones. I play music myself. I buy CDs. I don't really listen to the radio much. And I don't use the little dinky headphones on my phone. And I haven't been to a concert in years, so I gotta do that someday. And I don't download music much. I usually buy them. I go to Half Price Books and buy them for $1 each. So, all right. Which of these do you use to listen to music? YouTube and Google Play. Those are probably the two biggest for me. What are your favorite types of movies? Oh, here we go. So we got horror, slasher films, classics, fantasy, comedy, war, anime, superhero, and action. Like all of them. So we'll go with that. Where do you get most of your films from? I get most of them from... I used to buy them in iTunes. Do you regularly watch online video content? Yeah, every day. What style is most like yours? Smart, skater, traditional, urban, sporty, comfortable, designer, grunge, hipster, surfer, mainstream. I'm gonna go with comfortable. Where do you shop for clothes? I don't even know most of those. Not anymore. Don't go to Saks or Gucci anymore. I have bought things at Target. I have bought things at Amazon. Buy some things at REI, so pick them. And I think we're good. What are your financial goals for the next 3 months? I'm guessing this means home repair, so I'm going with this. This means getting out of debt, so we're going with that. Not sure what they're insinuating here. Maybe better job, so we'll go with that. And that's about it. What's your type of sport? I like auto sports. That's pretty much all I'm doing right now, so we'll go with that. Would you use any of this wearable tech? Use that. Got that. Got that. That's about it. We'll go with those. What do you reach for when you're feeling creative? Probably my guitar. What sort of magazines do you read regularly? Pick as many as you like. No. I do read Game Informer. We'll go with that. And that's about it. On average, how much television do you watch per day? I don't watch much TV, but I watch a lot of shows. So I'm going to consider those shows to be television. So I'll take up to 3 hours. Which of these world issues feels most important to you? Animal welfare. And the economy. And the last one's going to be a tough one. I'm going to go with poverty. Which of these voting issues matters most to you? Gun control? Definitely. I can't vote. Which area of your life would you most like to improve? Probably the money. What's your kind of vacation? I like the outdoors. Those two. I don't want to go to a beach. Beaches are usually too crowded, nasty. I don't want to go full safari either, nor do I like amusement parks. I like kind of the extreme sports, but not skiing in particular, so I don't want to skew the results with that, and I do not like cruises. So we're going to go with these. Usually I go for a 3-star hotel. If you had a couple of extra hours this weekend, which of these would you do? I'd play games. Which consoles do you own? Oh, God. I have an Xbox. I have a DS. I had a... that's good. Okay, that's all I have now. I had a PS2 and a PS3 and a 360 and a Wii, PS4 and a PSP, but don't really have those anymore. All I have is the DS and the Xbox One. What are your favorite types of video games? I really like to say racing games because those are my favorite type. So we're going to go with that. Are you looking to buy any of these in the next 2 months? No, don't need hair. Clothes. Got tablets that I don't even know what to do with anymore. I'm going to go with no. On which occasions do you buy your loved ones gifts? Special occasions. If I see something nice. I usually don't do birthdays and I don't do Christmas. What do you mostly buy gifts? Who do you mostly buy gifts for? My dog. Which of these financial products do you use? Credit card or loan. I have a savings account. I have life insurance, health insurance, current account, shares, investment bonds. Chase. If you want something that you can't afford, what do? I go charge the dang thing. What is a typical evening meal for you? Wish it was this or this, but it's this. Which of these brands do you think of when you think of breath fresheners? I think of Altoids, but if I don't say Mentos, the people who work at the Mentos factory are going to be very pissed at me. But I'm going to say Altoids. What is your likely fresh breath moment? After eating. Have you ever purchased Tic Tac? Yeah, it's been a while though. I haven't had those in a long time. Where do you do most of your food shopping? Honestly, lately it's been Target. What are your favorite kind of drinks? That's easy. Tea. And coffee and energy drinks. It's pretty much all I drink. I own my own home. Which pets do you own? I have a dog and a horse. What type of mobile phone do you have? I have a Samsung Exploder. And it is with Verizon. Which of these do you do most online? Play games, listen to music, shop on eBay, shopping, television. I don't do much social media. It's actually a chore for me to keep up on social media. Watch movies, pictures, send email. Good enough. I am Time Warner. What do you buy online? I wish I could buy food online. Hotel reservations. I do buy clothes online. I don't buy airplanes though. Books, electronics, games, movies. Close enough. Who primarily pays the bill for internet service? I do. Which of these do you own? I have a car and a bike, a cell phone, motorcycle, a house, and a tablet. I got all of them. What type of vehicle do you drive? I can only pick one? Yeah, that's not very fair. They don't even have my vehicle. So we're going to go with off-roader. And they don't even have my brand. So we're going to go with Chrysler. That's about the closest I'm going to get. What is your worst habit? I'm not gossipy. Well, inherently I used to be, but I actually self-disciplined myself not to be. I'm not clumsy. I'm not stinky, I hope. I'm not a gambler. I don't eat too much, I don't think. I can. I just don't. I quit smoking years ago. I definitely don't do that. I don't wear dresses. And I'm pretty tight with my spending because I have to be. Not really sure why this is a problem. And I'm not a drinker. So we're going to go with I'm extremely messy because I am. Do you participate in any of these activities? No. I mean, I watch horse racing. I just don't bet on it. I think that's what they're insinuating, so none of those. That's all, folks. The next click will give you the results. Did you enjoy your experience? So hopefully when you see this, you'll have learned a little more about me, and after you see the results, you'll have learned even more. All right. I'm the captain. I'm the captain now. An influential achiever. You're on the top rung. Where those on the deck look up to you. I like that. Okay, I'm not very neurotic. I'm not so sure about that. I have low levels of agreeableness. Just give me any kind of... agreeableness indicates your concern for the happiness of social groups. No, I'm not really concerned about that. That's pretty typical. Neuroticism shows your tendency to respond emotionally to events. That's perfect. I am not neurotic at all. Because I do not respond. Extroversion. Extroversion reflects how energetically you engage with the outside world. That's about probably a little high. I'm not very energetic about most anything. Conscientiousness. How we can control and act on our impulses. I'm about 50-50 on that, so that's good. Openness. 96%. Openness reflects your willingness to embrace new and unusual experiences. Yeah, that could be higher. I don't know if it's worth reading all of these. So we'll just go down to here. My outlook is optimist. High levels of extroversion combined with low neuroticism mean that opposites always look on the bright side. Optimists always look on the bright side of life. This doesn't mean they don't experience trouble from time to time, but they don't let negative things get to them or bring their mood down. Your naturally sunny disposition means you have plenty of other things to be excited about. I could say that to a degree. I don't let things bring me down. I mean, sometimes they do, and then I try to focus on other things. Mostly because sometimes you can fix things, sometimes you can't. You're just going to let them go. Or you have to figure out how to fix them, and you can't do that if it's depressing you, because if you're depressed, you're going to make poor decisions. My character is driven. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Driven people tend to be concerned primarily with their own needs and desires. They are prepared to work hard on achieving them and always keep their eyes on the prize. You may fall into this category if your single-mindedness sometimes means that you easily become uninterested in other people if you don't think they'll be able to help you achieve your goals. That's very true. Self-control. Determined. You keep your cards close to your chest and usually seem very laid back, but you know exactly what's going on around you. When you take offense at something, you may not show it then and there, but you're likely to seek a way to even the score somehow. Be careful to maintain a sense of proportion and think about how other people might view your actions out of context. Yeah, it's extremely accurate. That picked up on that right there. I'm not sure what drew that, but that's exactly me. I will never let anyone see me get upset, and I am constantly figuring out how to get back at them when they do, when it happens. So, a long time ago, I had quite the reputation as being extremely vindictive. I've worked myself not to be that way, so hopefully I've overcome it. Composure, measured. Measured people have a clear sense of their goals and what they need to do, and focus on, to achieve them. They tend not to be overly affected by external factors and take unexpected changes and opportunities in stride. It's crucial to maintain a realistic sense of achievement so that you don't let your ambitions run away with you. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I do have a sense where I will set my bar too high and continue to try to work to reach those goals even if they're completely unattainable. And since I'm persistent, I rarely give up. Pioneer. You're interested in the new and different. Whatever it is, if you haven't experienced it before, you'll want to give it a try. People who share this characteristic also enjoy meeting people from different backgrounds, so thrive in big communal activities where they can learn about new places and perspectives. I really do enjoy that. One of my favorite things when I was younger was traveling around different countries and meeting different people, and then playing games on the internet and meeting different people from different countries and learning their languages and learning things of that nature and seeing how they differed from the way we viewed things here. So I really appreciate all the people that I talked to over the years from different countries who were kind enough to share their viewpoints and their language and just basically all about themselves with me. Sociability. Leader. People with this characteristic are likely to enjoy social situations where they can really shine, where they can be in charge and give instructions rather than take them. They tend to be natural decision makers. If you recognize this trait in yourself, remember to think about how other people might perceive your forthright approach. I'm extremely direct. I am capable of not being a leader, but I have been called on to become a leader so many times that it's second nature to me to take over that role if it opens up. It's kind of like a dog pack. One dog's got to be in charge, and if nobody's in charge, some dog's got to step up. Well, it's always been my case to be that dog. So, action. Influential. Influential people are productive, efficient, and quick. They know what needs to be done, and they're ready, willing, and able to make it happen. Sometimes your determination might come across to other people as pushiness, though, so it's important to know exactly where the line is between being influential and domineering. Yeah, I still haven't found that line. I'm always perceived as being domineering and overbearing, and I'm just a hurricane in a small room. So, analytical. People with analytical attitudes are true critical thinkers and like to consider each situation on its own merits in order to avoid being influenced by sentimentality or tradition. This leaves them free to think about every angle and option before making their own judgment. If this sounds like you, be careful not to disregard the feelings of other people in pursuit of the truth. Yeah, I'm rarely nostalgic. We played a game today that made me nostalgic. The digital love story. But that was nostalgic for a period of time. And even though I missed that period of time, I definitely don't want to go back. Not one of those people who thinks it was better. It was just a time in my life. I am an achiever. Achievers have a real love of learning and a strong desire to do well. They combine impressive drive, high aspirations, and a diligent approach to help them achieve their goals. They're also very adept at coming up with creative solutions to complex academic problems. If this sounds like you, remember to take some time to enjoy the ride. It can be as exciting as reaching the destination. And that is a big problem for me. I always forget to slow down and remember how we got there so much as we need to get there. So something I definitely have to work on in my life and continually work on. I'll never be able to overcome that. I'm an engaged person. Engaged people tend to take life quite seriously, but are still able to see the funny side and laugh off difficulties when they arise. They're very adaptable and don't view problems as things to stop them, but as opportunities to inspire them to come up with creative solutions. And, of course, some humor. Yeah, that'd be me. That would definitely be me. I guess I have a personality test, too. What is this one? Visual DNA, Who Am I quiz. Maybe tomorrow we'll do the personality test. I got a bunch of these I'll do. Then by the end of it, you guys should have either lots of questions for me, be completely appalled at my forthright personality, or just totally sick of hearing about me. Or interested. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you learned something about me today and my thought process on things in a different environment. So I'm going to go ahead and post this before I change my mind. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if these are inspiring or entertaining to you, I welcome you to take the test yourself at visualdna.com. And if you want to share your results, that's awesome. I'd love to see who you are and get to know you as well. But now you know a little bit more about me. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.